Hi there, this is Solitron Films, and welcome to another random review. And today's random review is 1986. It's At Close Range, directed by James Foley, starring Sean Penn and Christopher Walken. This is the Twilight Time release on Blu-ray, which is quite hard to find. Powerhouse Indicator in the UK do share quite a lot of titles with Twilight Time, so hopefully At Close Range will come to Indicator at some point. This is a crime film. It's quite an unusual crime film because it's set in Pennsylvania, based on a true story, and it's about a family. Christopher Walken plays the head of this gang with his brothers, and Sean Penn is his estranged son, and Christopher Penn is his Sean Penn's brother by a different father than Christopher Walken. And Christopher Walken comes back into their lives, and Sean Penn kind of gets lured and is attracted to his lifestyle and wants to join his gang, and then he ends up falling out of his gang, trying to start his own gang. They get caught by the authorities, and Christopher Walken thinks that they're all going to turn on him with inevitable consequences. It's made in 1986. James Foley, who would go on to do After Dark, My Sweet, and one of my favourite films of all time, Glengarry Glen Ross. And it's really quite dark and barren. The kind of love story between Sean Penn and Mary Elizabeth Masterton. I may have butchered her name. It's kind of so naive and so kind of sweetly done, but that's at complete odds with the dark, menacing side of Christopher Walken. If you're a Christopher Walken fan, this is just an essential film. He is, at turns charming and funny, and then he's also excuse me, he's also just the epitome of banal evil. There's some great scenes with him where he really gets to show off his menace, and in one scene, for example, he threateningly asks a character whether they want cornflakes, and it's like the most threatening question you've ever heard, even though it's just cornflakes. It has a kind of 80s score, and the end credit sequence is actually sung by Madonna, who would actually go on in a couple of years to be Mrs. Sean Penn. It's a brutal film. It's, the last kind of 10-15 minutes when the penny drops with Walken and he's trying to clean up any loose ends, is just some of the most kind of brutal killings you'll ever likely to see. There's nice support work from David Strathairn, who's always introduced by Christopher Walken as epileptic, which he doesn't really like that much. Crispin Glover's in it, Kiefer Sutherland's in it. Like I said, Chris Penn's in as the illegitimate son. Christopher Walken always needles about. But this is really Christopher Walken's film. When he's not on screen, it's not quite as good as when he is, and when he is, he's just absolutely electrifying. There's some brilliant set pieces when they get rid of a snitch, and the final kind of confrontation between Sean Penn and Christopher Walken in the kitchen is just awesome. I mean, it really gives the kind of, Sean Penn's alternatives aren't really much. He's just kind of drifting about, getting high and drinking with his brothers and his pals. There's no real escape. He talks about going away with his girlfriend, but as Christopher Walken points out, it's like, what are you going to do for money? And again, it's that lure of easy money, essentially, as Christopher Walken says when he drives by farms and houses and whatever, all he just sees is money. So it does show the attractiveness of that lifestyle, but then with most films of this type, there's always a price to be paid. If you get caught, if you're seen to maybe double cross, or if you're seen to perhaps give information to the authorities, there's always going to be a price to be paid. It's a great wee film that I don't think has enough exposure. Like I said, this Twilight Time release on Blu-ray is pretty hard to get, but hopefully it will get a release by Indicator at some point. Yeah, so please let me know in the comments below whether you've seen it close range, what you think of it, what you think of Christopher Walken's performance. I mean, I'm biased because I just absolutely love Christopher Walken, because I do think, even though people kind of have this idea of him, he just plays nutters, I think he will be remembered as a truly great actor, a unique actor. There's nobody like Christopher Walken in the history of cinema, and this really shows brilliantly how he can pretty much change in a dime from being charming and alluring to being absolutely horrifying. So thanks very much for watching. Again, leave comments below if you've seen this film, what you think of it, and thanks very much for watching. This is Solitude Ronin saying hopefully we'll see you again. Farewell.